there's been so much information here today. I'm not even going to try and summarize it all because we'd be here for another 8 hours doing that. So, but I do want to just have a round of applause to all our speakers here today, who I thought were excellent. We are going to roll right into our awards reception, and then we're going to give you an opportunity afterwards. There's cocktails and food outside to continue your networking. But first, I just have a few thank yous I want to do. First, I want to thank our events team who were marvelous today. Today went off without a hitch, and part of that as well is to our AV team, Scally Events, so thank you for all of you. I again want to thank our sponsors today. I'll read their names on the placard. I'm not going to go back over all their names, but I'm going to thank them all, because we could not do this event without them. So without further ado, I want to reintroduce our President and CEO, Michele Siekerka.
All right, I got to kick it off, and I get to wrap it up. And I get to wrap it up in a wonderful way because I get to present some awards to some amazing people. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. It was a sellout crowd today, and for those of you who were here all the way through this point in time, thank you so much for extending and staying the day with us. And now it's time to celebrate some great leaders in New Jersey and great leaders in the energy space here in New Jersey and beyond. So our first award today goes to Governor Christine Todd Whitman, and let me tell you a bit about the governor. Governor Whitman has been an undeniable force in government and energy policy for nearly 3 decades. From her 2 terms serving our great state of New Jersey as governor to her 3 years serving our country as the director of the EPA, Governor Whitman is the embodiment of effective leadership and sensible solutions. Influenced by her parents' careers in professional politics and desire to find common ground for the good of her state and her country, she's been a force to be reckoned with in the energy world. Her drive to do good has led the governor to co-chair the Case Energy Coalition for over 11 years, giving strategic guidance to firms and delivering rallying speeches across the nation in support of nuclear energy. Her commitment to smart energy policy then led her to found her own Whitman Strategy Group, a consulting firm that assists corporations with navigating energy regulations and aids cities as far away as South Korea in creating energy-efficient infrastructure. Her success in the public and private sectors in creating a better energy environment for governments, businesses, and people all across the world, a direct result of her passion to do good and get things done all at the same time. It's a tremendous honor to introduce the former governor of the New Jersey state, of our New Jersey great state, Governor Christine Todd Whitman. Please come up, Governor.
Thank you, Michelle. And I'm actually looking over the program. I'm sorry I wasn't here for the whole day. I would have particularly liked to hear the part about nuclear power and where we're going with small modular reactors, which happen to be my particular passion these days as far as trying to move us on to a cleaner and greener environment. But I want to thank NJBIA overall, because I love it when I hear politicians and office holders say, we created X number of hundreds of thousands of jobs. And I want to say, no. Government created an atmosphere that allowed the private sector to create these jobs. And that's what's important. And that's what NJBIA has been doing over its 110 years. It has been helping businesses succeed, giving them all kinds of support in hundreds of different ways, networking, the kinds of things that give them strength, and then conferences such as this on critical issues of importance to all of us, which is the energy industry, which is integrally connected to climate change, which is something about which I am very concerned with 7 grandkids waiting to see what happens to the world. So I applaud NJBIA for all that you have done, and I thank you very much for this award. I appreciate that. But really, it's you all that have done the work and continue to do the work and continue to make this such a wonderful state in which to live, work, and raise a family.
Thank you so much. Thank you again, Governor, and thank you for being such a great role model throughout the state, throughout the country, and particularly for young women who many years ago, when I happened to be a young lawyer, looked up to you, and you were a tremendous role model to me personally and many others, so thank you again for that. Our next award goes to Stephanie Brand. Stephanie Brand's dedicated herself to public service for nearly 30 years in our great state of New Jersey. First as Deputy and then Assistant Attorney General to 4 governors, and then as the Director of the Rate Council. Not an easy job. Always keeping in mind the families who need inexpensive energy the most at the top of her mind, Brand was a strong advocate for keeping New Jersey's utility rates manageable and, most importantly, affordable. Her leadership style at the Rate Council can be summarized in 2 words: common sense. I think you hear a theme here tonight in these award winners. Stephanie Brand knew that if a policy didn't make sense for New Jersey ratepayers and it didn't make sense for New Jersey taxpayers, then it just didn't make sense at all. Bringing a balanced approach to subsidies for nuclear energy and solar energy, Brand always brought everyone to the table to decide what was in the best course of action to proceed forward on behalf of the state. It is no-nonsense mindset that earned Brand the support of consumer groups and clean energy advocates alike. Now teaching at Delaware Valley University and sharing her wisdom and expertise with the next generation, we are incredibly grateful that a new wave of public servants is under the tutelage of one of New Jersey's energy community great minds, Stephanie Brand.
Thank you so much, Michele, and I am really quite honored by this. And one of the things I'm most honored is that I'm actually sharing a podium with Governor Whitman. Governor Whitman, I'm sure you don't know or don't remember that many years ago, when New York announced that they were going to send all their garbage to New Jersey, you told them to drop dead. And I was the Deputy Attorney General who had to go to court the next week and explain that you really didn't mean to discriminate against interstate commerce. Not at all. But I was rooting for you behind the scenes. And I just want to say that I have always treasured my relationship with BIA and the other business groups. I remember early on in my Rate Council tenure, I was talking to someone in the governor's office, someone fairly low down in the governor's office, not to worry. And I was trying to convince them not to support some bill that was making its way through the legislature that was going to be bad for consumers and bad for ratepayers. And she said, well, who agrees with you on this? And I said, I listed a whole bunch of groups, and I included BIA. And they said, BIA? What does BIA have to do with this? And I said, business and industry, they're ratepayers. And they were like, you could hear the light bulb going on over their heads, right? Yes, everyone is a ratepayer, and especially business and industry. It just took so much, and I know Ray is continuing the battles to make sure that people understood that not only household consumers were struggling, but business consumers were as well. And it was a wonderful partnership. I'm so glad that I was able to have our industry partners with us. And I'm glad the work is continuing, and I'm really happy to see that a lot of people now are talking about what energy costs are doing and what they're doing to our economy. And it was always just really an honor to represent the citizens of New Jersey as well as the businesses of New Jersey. So thank you very much.
Thanks again for your advocacy on behalf of all the ratepayers in New Jersey, including business and industry, Stephanie. We greatly appreciate it. Our final award this evening is to Dr. Edward Salmon. Dr. Salmon has been an undeniable force in any room he walks into. Let's take it back to his former students fondly remembering him as a sterling inspiration and fierce coach on the basketball court. His former constituents looking back on his tenure in the state legislature, defined by fierce advocacy on their behalf for their issues. And tonight, we also remember him as a tremendous leader in the New Jersey energy community. Appointed in 1991 to become president of the New Jersey Board of Public Utilities, Dr. Salmon was trusted with the responsibility because of this leadership. For 5 years, he stewarded New Jersey's utility policy through consensus, compassion, and common sense, there's that theme again, never forgetting the people he represented back when he was a county freeholder and as a state legislator. After his 5 years at the BPU, he moved to the private sector at AUS Consultants and then eventually his own firm, Salmon Ventures. For over 20 years, Salmon Ventures has assisted their clients in the energy community with the same care and dedication that Dr. Salmon gave to his constituents years and years. Working in a bipartisan fashion to ensure the best outcomes for all is why Dr. Salmon is so trusted by everyone, his clients, his constituents, and his classroom. And it is why we are here to celebrate him this evening. Dr. Salmon. Congratulations. We're going to take a picture.
Absolutely. Thank you, Michele. And it's certainly an honor to be here and be with everyone in this room right now. I want to say a special congratulations to the governor and Stephanie on this well-deserved award you got. It's hard to see how time passes quickly. I'm now 82, still trying to play basketball, although I just had on end of August open heart surgery, and I had 5 of my arteries that were completely clogged, filled. And then you realize how fortunate we are in this country with the medical community we have. I wanted to just recognize one other person who's been so important in my life. Kim Showick Downs was one of my students that you were talking about, Michele. Kim went to Dickinson College, and then I hired her to come work me when I was in the state legislature. She's been with me 35 years. She is the owner and operator of our Salmon Ventures, which does work everywhere around the United States. It's people like Kim and people like yourself that I was fortunate to be successful. And I want to leave with one note. Thank you for New Jersey industry and business. You have helped make New Jersey a great place to live. Thank you.
Thank you again, and thank you for your years of leadership and commitment to our great state of New Jersey. So with that, I get to bring it to a wonderful wrap. Again, it was a great day today. Thanks to our partners, the staff, the team. Let's have a big round of applause for Ray Cantor, who put this amazing agenda together today. And if you haven't had enough of BIA this week, I'd invite you tomorrow morning in Trenton. We are hosting the senatorial candidates. They will be doing a presentation at Cooper's Ferry starting at 9 o'clock in the morning. So come back and join us. Keep your eyes out for our upcoming public policy forum on December 4th. And we have a few events in between that you may want to go on the website and check out some more policy events throughout the fall. So with that, I want to wish you all a safe evening. I want to thank you again for being part of what a great day today is. We heard this all day long, right? As everything, it takes a village. We heard a lot of great ideas today. We need to take those ideas, we need to take all that innovation, and we need to take the energy we felt in this room and kind of bring that all together to set the next agenda for New Jersey, because together I think we can continue to make it a great place. Be safe, everyone. Thanks so much. And please, you earned a drink, so go out and have one.